RubySky Productions presents A Day in the Life of Pi, a song lyric-based play noir written by Morey Norkin and Christopher Plumridge. P.I. John Pi is approached by the dashing Kay to see if he can solve the murder of her father. Starring John Bursa as P.I. John Pi, Jackie Floyd as Kay, Lisa Della Giorino Ferrand as Dame Disney, Dana Hall as Broadway Broad, Morey Norkin as John at the Bar, and Deborah A. Cole as Lady Lyric.
It was a day like any other, but not like a Sunday, not easy like a Sunday morning or lazy like a Sunday afternoon. No, this was like a Monday, blue, manic. I sat alone in my office, listening to moody saxophone tunes on the radio, thinking about when Lily was here. Oh, my precious Lily. All around my office are pictures of Lily. Lily, oh Lily. Then something kicked me out of my melancholic mood, a shadow in the hall, a tap on the door, a note slipped under. I pondered, weak and weary, who was this tapping at my office door? Here I opened wide my door, darkness there and nothing more. I picked up the note, B minor I believe, so I hummed it back to my desk. I read the letter in a female voice, for this must have been written by a lady.
Dear Mr. Pi, John Pi, P.I., I write to you in a desperate rush, so please forgive me if I slur my words. You will have heard of my papa, X. My poor daddy is now an XX. Yes, he's been murdered. The cops have drawn a blank on the case. All they ever do is draw on cases. Even the police dogs came up with no leads. I need you to find out who killed my dear daddy, my precious papa, my porky papa. There's a lot at stake, Pi. In your drawer, under your desk, between your Colt 45 and your copy of Playboy, January 1979, you will find $10,000 in a crisp white envelope. I snuck in while you were melancholy and listening to moody sags. Let me fill you in so far.
It was a long letter. I skipped a few pages.
And that's why I called my puppy Gonzo. Anyway, Mr. Pi, John Pi, P.I., I have for you a clue as to who might have taken the life of my poor Papa X. Dee. You need to find Dee. She holds the key to this, I'm sure. I'll speak to you next time you read this
I broke off the letter and stopped talking like Kay. Dee? Who is Dee? Dee? Now I was beginning to sound like the Jaws theme tune. This was no help. Then it suddenly clicked, so I reset my jaw and sat back with a smile and a Cuban cigar. Dame Disney. Disney. You have to be careful how you say it if you don't want to be slapped with a heavy lawsuit. Yes, she was an ex of X, but why? Why would she want to kill X? I called an old friend at the force who gave me the number of this dashing dame. A few moments later, I treated myself to a bourbon, more of my cigar, and some extra melancholy sax. It was a short night. She said to meet her at the amusement park. I've got a ticket to ride, but she's not there. Okay, Pi, shake it off. Where's that dizzy dame? Was it Dizzy? Sounds like Dizzy. Oh, wait. Here comes someone. Get a load of that. What am I feeling? My heart says unzippity-doo-dah, but my head says always let your conscience be your guide. I keep asking them, what should I do? What do I get? Crickets.
You must be Pi. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me? I see it's a small world after all.
You must be Dame Diz.
Dis.
Disney.
Disney.
Let it go. How about if I just call you Princess? She wasn't like a regular dame. She was different, classy, cool, almost like a princess. An ice princess.
I'm beautiful, powerful, dangerous, cold.
And modest. And you weren't supposed to hear that. I need to ask you a few questions about the murder of your ex.
Be my guest.
Is there someplace a little more private we can talk?
We can sit in a teacup or a flying elephant.
I've seen about everything when I see an elephant fly. Here we are then. Why don't you make yourself comfortable? Take off your crown and have a seat.
Don't let them in. Don't let them see.
Excuse me?
Hi-ho.
Oh, hi. Let's get to it, shall we? I think you should know we've dusted X's pad for fingerprints. It would be a shame if yours turned up.
Someday my prince will come. And then what?
Now, when did you last see X?
Oh, so many years ago. We lived in the deep south, but we had to move away from the Mississippi mud pie.
I see. Were you in love with X?
He was a sweet potato pie. So many things to tell him, but how to make him see the truth about my past? Impossible.
I need you to stop talking to the audience and focus on me. Where did you first meet X?
On the path unwinding in the circle of life.
I know that joint. A place where highbrow and lowbrow mingle in secret. Hard to imagine a sweet dame like yourself in a dump like that.
Ingwenyama Ningweamabala.
You know the password, so it must be true. Well, that's all the questions I have for now. You have a chauffeur-driven limo waiting for you?
No, I prefer walking around on those... what do you call them?
Feet? If I have more questions, how can I get in touch with you?
When you meet temptation and the urge is very strong, give a little whistle. Not just a little squeak. Pucker up and blow.
I will. I blew. Hard.
One more thing. Perhaps you need to find BB.
She was gone, vanished. Disney dame. She doesn't seem like the murdering type, but that's just the type to commit murder. Well, it's off to work I go. Who is BB? Baby? Bibby? Beep, beep, beep. I headed backwards back to my office and picked up the letter from Kay.
Ah, you're back. So how did you find Dame Disney? She's a dippy dame if ever there was. But did she do it, Pie? Don't let her get into your head. Stay humble, Pie.
I was muddled, confuddled, confused, and unamused. It had been a long night trying to piece this together. All I had was K in the wrong place, and only 2 more attempts to get it right. I added an S and left K to the end. And it all started to make sense. The picture in the jigsaw started to shine through. And I cracked it. Slick. Finally, I had solved today's Wordle. Now I needed to concentrate on the case of the mystery of X. This K was some chick, some broad. I must change my listening habits. This X was some player. I headed into town where I found the shoeshine man from my old days in the police squad. A few bucks in his polish-stained hands, and he soon spilled the beans. BB. Broadway Broad, of course. I felt sorry for him, so treated him to some beans on toast in the nearby cafe. He soon led me to Broadway Broad. This broad was to be found on Broadway, currently starring in a show called Blaming It All on the Nights on Broadway. Time to feel the beat of dancing feet on my avenue I'm taking you to, 42nd Street. I flashed my badge and flashed my smile and flashed my jacket to the chick on the stage door and soon found myself inside her, there, backstage I mean. This PI still has his charms. As I made my way backstage, I was overwhelmed by the smell of sweat and cheap perfume. It reminded me of my childhood. Chorus boys in their sequin tights and feather boas gave me the eye. If my friends could see me now. I finally made my way to Broadway Broad's dressing room. I could tell it was hers by the star on the door, and the sign that said Broadway Broad's dressing room. The door was slightly ajar, but mostly it was a door. I peeked in just in time to catch her changing out of her costume. What a looker. I could swear that everything she had was absolutely real.
I'm afraid not. Had the bingo bongos done, did the nose with it. All that goes with it.
You weren't supposed to hear that.
Children will listen.
You're no child. You're a female, feminine, girly, womanly.
Dame? I'm nothing like a dame. Champagne?
I get no kick from champagne.
You sure? I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Cocaine?
I'm sure if I took even one sniff, it would bore me terrifically, too.
Pie, is it? You're a real cutie, Pie. I get a kick out of you.
Maybe you and I can take in a matinee sometime.
A matinee? A pinter play? Perhaps a piece of Mahler's. Let's go to the Big Apple, Pie.
I'll drink to that. But now you're talking a lot of do-re-mi.
Fa sol la ti do.
Pleasantries aside, I'm here because you're my main suspect in the murder of X. I got a tip from your friend Maria. I bluffed.
Have you met my good friend Maria? The craziest girl on the block.
She didn't sound crazy when she said you killed X in a jealous rage.
He had it coming. He only had himself to blame.
That sounds like a confession to me.
Crap you.
You have your friend Maria to thank.
Maria? Maria. How do you solve a problem like Maria?
I've heard the way to handle a woman is to love her.
That's what simple folk do. So I'm told.
Oh, listen, sister.
I've
you mean...
never been in love before.
But I thought you were one of X's exes.
He took my cherry pie. He slept a summer by my side. But he was gone when autumn came.
Sounds like you need a little Christmas now. This seems like an open and shut case of acting in a jealous rage.
I also do comedy.
I don't understand you. What did you feel when you saw X lying there in a pool of blood?
I didn't do it. Maria did.
Looks like your friend Maria was right about you.
Maria. Maria. Ave Maria. I'll never stop saying Maria.
Not so fast.
Very well, but I didn't kill him, Pie. Even all through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise.
What did X do?
He kept his distance. Have I said too much? There's nothing more I can think to say to you.
Well, if you think of anything, do give me a call.
So, what happens now?
Don't ask anymore.
Excuse me while I go mince, Pie.
It had been a long day, a long night. So long I didn't even notice when one had become the other. It can be hard to tell when you live in black and white. All I know is it had been a hard day's night and I'd been working like a dog. I had to get back on track. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Such was the life of Pie. I picked up the letter from X's daughter Kay to see if I could decipher any more clues as to why anyone would want to take the life of X. I remember the last time I had a clue. It was Colonel Mustard in the kitchen. Or was it Professor Plumridge? I digress.
I drove my VW from NYC to DC to see why X had been made an X.
So many letters in one letter. Did this Kay live on Sesame Street? This was making no sense. Broadway Broad gave me no hope, no clue. She just seemed to be in a life of her own. No broad like her, on or off Broadway, could take the life of a fellow man, not even a woman. I was making no sense. I needed color. I needed time away from my black and white office. I picked up a picture of Lily, my first true love. Lily, oh Lily. This picture was taken of Lily and I backstage at the Emmys. She could be seen fraternizing with Hollywood stars, and I'm in the background with the rock band R.E.M. That's me in the corner. There, just behind my beautiful lady, stands Lady Lyric, X's third X. It's all coming back to me now. I needed to track down Lady Lyric, better known in these parts as the Lyric Lady. This X of X was extremely exquisite, extravagant, eccentric. An ex-showgirl with an axe to grind. So I knew I had to be extra careful, keep my actions exemplary. But this Generation X PI was excited to finally meet Lady Lyric. I headed into town, downtown. The light's so much brighter there, you can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares. Maybe, just maybe, I'll bump into Lady Lyric. May luck be a lady tonight. I winded my way down to Baker Street. Another crazy day. Maybe I'll drink the night away. I turned down 5th Street. My mistake. It was positively 4th Street. I parked outside a seedy little joint called the Seedy Little Joint. Just the kind of bar where everybody knows your name. Inside it was full of bums. Bums on seats. Bums not on seats. Down and outs. Drunks. Former police colleagues. The worst bums. Then I saw a familiar face. John at the bar is a friend of mine. Gives me my drinks for free.
Man, what are you doing here?
Looking for someone.
Ain't we all? What can I get you?
1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer.
Like that is it?
What the hell, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Coming right up.
I took my drinks at a table near the piano. The piano man asked for requests, so I downed my bourbon and said, "Play me a song, you're the piano man. I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet. I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes." Just as he began playing something sad and sweet, the door swung open. There she stood in the doorway in sweet summer sweat. Lady Lyric herself, looking ladylike, lyrical, lovely, and luscious. I could tell she was an ex-showgirl, high heels, stockings, leotard, feathers protruding from above her backside and up out of her hair. You notice these subtle signs when you're a dick. She sauntered up to the bar and took a stool, so I sauntered up to the bar and took a stool. Lady Lyric?
Say my name, as if no one is around you.
Can I get you a drink?
Do you like pina colada? Getting caught in the rain?
No to both, but I'll get you a drink nonetheless. This one's on me. John at the bar is a friend of mine, gets me my drinks for free.
Yes, you've already told the audience that. Is it all just a case of history repeating?
Hey lady, you weren't supposed to hear that. Anyway, please allow me to introduce myself.
Are you a man of wealth and taste?
My name's Pye, John Pye. I'm a P.I. John Pye.
You seem a little jumpy, John Pye.
I'll cut to the chase. When did you first meet X?
I was working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
Go on.
He picked me out and shook me up.
Sounds a bit rough.
Oh, he was, but he turned me into someone new.
When was this?
When I was younger, so much younger than today.
So he made an impact on you.
He was an American, Pye. On our first date, he drove me in his Chevy to the levee.
Was it dry?
No, it had been raining. Why does it always rain on me?
I've no idea.
Is it because I lied when I was 17?
So it was a wet night.
Yes. Might as well have rained until September.
So after that night you became lovers?
Oh, yes. He took my cherry pie. Yes, mine as well. You see, when a man loves a woman, he can't keep his mind on nothing else.
True.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
I was taken in by this lady, like she took me in and gave me breakfast. But I had a job to do. I had to find answers for Kay, okay? It was no good. I have the attention span of someone without an attention span, so I looked her up and down, then up and down again, then again, but this time down and up. Then I looked her side to side to give my neck a rest. She soon picked up on this.
Why'd you want to make those eyes at me for?
I can't take my eyes off of you.
I'm just too good to be true.
You said it.
Stop right now. Thank you very much.
I remembered the chase and how I was going to cut right to it. So why did you kill X? Well, if there ever was a chase to cut through, I cut to it right there. When you're a PI, it's good to cut right to the chase. Otherwise, the chase cuts you right up, and before you know it, you're in the gutter, cut right up, with no answers and no chase.
Wow, you really cut to the chase on that one. You're no chicken pie. After he married, he bought a big house. A really big house in the country.
I have a dream about buying some land and give up the booze and the one-night stands.
Don't speak. I know just what you're saying.
Go on.
It was a beautiful big house, not just a cottage pie. Fields surrounded it, lots of sheep and some shepherds pie. Life was so much easier with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard.
Tell me more. Did you get very far?
You're very handsome, you know. When the moon hits your eyes, let's share a pizza pie.
That's a Morey.
You're a real lamb pie. Kiss me beneath the milky twilight.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
It must have been while I was kissing you. Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
I can't dance, I can't talk, and the only thing about me is the way that I walk.
I bet you look good on the dance floor.
I don't know if you're looking for romance or...
Oh, you sugar pie. I love you.
This was getting out of control. She said she loves me, or was she just being kind?
Or is he losing his mind? I'm leaving soon, on a midnight train to Georgia.
When will I see you again? When will our hearts beat as one? And just like that, she was gone. I made my way back to the office. As I approached, I heard the sound of saxophone music. Did I leave the radio on? I opened the door, and what to my wondering eyes should appear? Wrong story. It was Kay. I heard she had a style, and so I came to see her and listened for a while. No, snap out of it, Pie. Don't let her cast her spell on you.
Too late, Pie. I had you running all over like a band on the run, running on empty, chasing down every phony clue I left for you, all to buy time so I could plan my getaway.
So it was you, Kay.
You're one sharp cookie.
No, cookies are blunt and round, crumbly.
I rest my case.
Why, Kay? Why murder your own father?
Because of you, Pie. I love you, but my father didn't approve. He said if I didn't forget you, he would cut me out of his will and leave everything to his exes. I thought there was always something between us, Pie.
It's true. I want to hold your hand.
That's it?
Well, you were just 17, you know what I mean?
Stop, in the name of love, before you break my heart.
Maybe I could think it over.
Too late. My time has come. I'm leaving with or without you.
If it really was you, Kay, I don't see why you are still here. What about your getaway, and how did you get in here?
I came in through the bathroom window. You really need to clean up your John, Pie. I was hoping you would forgive me and run away with me.
Where?
Brazil.
Brazil? Why?
I'm originally from Ipanema.
Ah, I would go loco down in Acapulco if I stay too long.
What do you say, Pie? Feel like flying down to Rio?
You know you're something special and you look like you're the best. Oh, Rio.
But then I'm sure you know it's just for you.
I'll take my chance, 'cause luck is on my side or something.
Really, Pie?
Sorry, kid, I'm afraid this is the end of the line. And so we face the final curtain.
Poor, pitiful me. Where will you take me?
To police headquarters.
What is it?
A big building with police chiefs.
Let's not go there.
But I have to, kid. I'm sorry.
I meant let's not do that joke. Heaven knows we've stolen enough song lyrics. We've no need to put in film or TV quotes.
True. Let's go. Poor kid. She pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. During her trial, she kept screaming, "Crazy on you, crazy, crazy on you." And they believed her. They gave her a nice padded cell where she plays the same melancholy tune all day on her sax. Melancholy Baby. Time to file this case away, right between my Colt 45 and my copy of Playboy, January 1979.
We lived in the deep South, but we had to move away from the Mississippi mud, Pie. There's a dog barking. Hold on.